Take a deep breath, unwind, and let tonight's story comfort you. Peony and the Forest Guardian, an inspirational tale. This story is about a girl named Peony, who meets the forest guardian, Salvia, and is inspired to live harmoniously with nature and lead her village with wisdom and compassion. In a quaint and secluded village nestled at the edge of the ancient hallowed forest, lived a young girl named Peony. She was known for her curiosity and unwavering belief in the magic of the forest. Every evening, Peony would sit by her window, gazing at the forest's edge, hoping to catch a glimpse of something mysterious and wonderful. One twilight, as the sky daubed in hues of pink and gold, Peony heard a melodious whisper calling her name. Entranced, she ventured into the forest, her heart thumping with excitement and a tinge of fear. Her light dimmed as she threaded deeper into the forest, but her path was gently illuminated by bioluminescent flowers. And suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, the majestic being, with luminescent wings and eyes like twinkling stars. It was Salvia, the forest guardian. Hevia greeted Peony with a certain smile, and introduced herself, explaining that she had watched over the forest for centuries. She told Peony that she had sensed her pure heart and unyielding curiosity, and was here to share the secrets of the forest. Guided by Salvia, Peony discovered hidden groves, ancient trees with bark that whispered stories of old, and streams that sang melodies of life. She learned about the delicate balance of nature and how every creature, big or small, played an integral role in maintaining the harmony. As they spent time together, Peony revealed her dreams and fears to Salvia, who listened with an open heart. Salvia shared wisdom and tales of courage and kindness, encouraging Peony to stay true to herself and pursue her dreams with determination. With each visit, Peony felt a renewed sense of purpose and inspiration. One day, Salvia took Peony to the heart of the forest, where a magnificent tree stood tall and grand. Its leaves shimmered like emeralds, and its roots were deeply anchored in the earth, symbolizing strength and resilience. Salvia explained that this tree was the heart of the forest, a source of immense power and wisdom. She told Peony that the tree's strength came from the countless beings who believed in its magic and contributed to its growth. Touched by Salvia's words, Peony made a silent promise to nurture the forest and its wonders. Years passed, and Peony grew into a wise and compassionate leader of her village. She shared the lessons she had learned with her people, inspiring them to live in harmony with nature. Through her efforts, the village flourished, and the bond between the villagers and the forest grew stronger than ever. Every now and then, Peony would return to the forest, seeking solace and guidance from her old friend. Their bond remained unbroken, a testament to the enduring power of inspiration and the magic of believing in something greater than oneself. Here's another story to gently guide you to rest. Moonlight Serendipity. This story is about a human named Rose, and a dwarf named Veronica who form a heartwarming friendship under the moonlight. On a tranquil night, bathed in silver moonlight, Rose, a young woman with golden hair and curious blue eyes, walked by a shimmering stream. Her steps were light, matching the rhythm of the night symphony played by crickets and whispering leaves. Little did she know, she was not alone in her moonlit adventure. Veronica, a gentle dwarf with a heart full of dreams and a mind brimming with stories, was also drawn to the beauty of the night. They met unexpectedly as Rose paused by the stream to admire the moon's reflection. Veronica, fascinated by the way the moonlight danced on the water, emerged from the shadows. "Hello there," Rose said softly, startled but intrigued by Veronica's appearance. "Greetings," replied the dwarf, her voice as gentle as the night's breeze. "I am Veronica. I come here often to find inspiration for my stories. Rose smiled, her curiosity piqued. When Rose, do you write about the moon often? She asked, settling beside Veronica on a moss-covered rock. Veronica nodded, her eyes twinkling like stars. The moonlight has a way of making everything feel magical and full of possibilities. Net it seems perfect for a new tale. Rose and Veronica talked for hours, sharing dreams and weaving stories under the luminous glow of the moon. They discovered that despite their differences, they had much in common, a love for the night, a passion for storytelling, and a belief in the magic that comes with moonlight. As the night grew deeper, they tried a tale of friendship between a human and a dwarf, bound together by their shared adventures under the moon. The story reflected their own burgeoning friendship. Finally, content and inspired, they bid each other good night, with the promise to meet again under the moon's gentle light. Rose walked back home, her heart light and her mind filled with the enchantment of the night. Veronica lingered by the stream, her thoughts dancing gracefully like the moonbeams on water, already thinking about their next story. And so, under the benevolent gaze of the moon, a beautiful friendship blossomed, one that would shine as brightly as the moonlight that brought them together. Let's continue with another tale to warm your heart. Buttercup and Lobelia's River Journey. This story is about Buttercup and Lobelia, who embark on a magical river journey and become guardians of its current. Once upon a time in a land lush with emerald hills and sparkling streams, lived a kind-hearted girl named Buttercup and her loyal mate, Lobelia. Buttercup had golden hair that shimmered like the sun and eyes that were as blue as the clearest river, while Lobelia had a sleek, emerald green body that glistened in the sunlight. Every evening, the duo loved to sit by the river bank, where the water whispered ancient secrets as it flowed. One day, as the two friends reclined under a grand old willow tree, Buttercup noticed a shimmering light just under the water's surface. With curiosity piqued, she leaned closer and heard the water's voice louder than ever, promising an adventure beyond her wildest dreams. Lobelia, Buttercup exclaimed. There's something magical in the river, Lobelia flipped her tiny tail and gleamed with excitement. Let's find out what it is, Nandan featured. The two friends decided to follow the light. The river became their guide, pulling them into a journey through mystical lands. They floated past villages that danced to the rhythm of the river and fields where flowers bloomed in time with the flowing water. Alongside them, fish of every color imaginable swam in joyous harmony, and birds with jewels for feathers sang the river party every song. As night fell, the river glowed with a silver light, and the sky mirrored its splendor with a cascade of stars. Buttercup and Lobelia marveled at the beauty around them. They came upon a grove of ancient trees, whose roots dragged deeply from the river's defense, and there they found a wise old turtle named Turwin. Turwin knew the river's true nature, for he had lived many lifetimes along its banks. Welcome, young travelers, Turwin greeted with a deep, gentle voice. The river carries the dreams and hopes of all who love it. It has chosen you to be from its guardians. Buttercup's heart swelled with pride, and Lobelia's eyes sparkled. What must we do? Buttercup asked eagerly. Protect the river's purity, keep its magic alive, Turwin instructed. Spread the love you harbor for these waters to others. The journey continued with newfound purpose. Buttercup and Lobelia shared songs and stories with everyone they met along the river, instilling a heartfelt connection to the water's life-giving spirit. Together, they planted trees along the banks to give the river shade, and made sure the water remained clear and clean. In time, the river thrived with more vigor than ever. It became a source of joy, and inspiration, and people from lands far and wide came to glimpse its beauty and feel its magic. Buttercup and Lobelia grew older, but their bond with the river only deepened. They knew that as long as the river flowed, their love and legacy would endure. And so, every evening, just as the sun began to set, they would sit by the river bank, grateful for the adventure that the shimmering light had begun. The river had become a part of them, and they a part of it. A love story bound by water and time. Let's wander softly into another story. Reflections of the Heart. This story is about Orchid, who seeks inner peace and wisdom and finds it through a reflective conversation with the gentle beast Camellia. Orchid sat at the edge of the stream lake, watching the sun dip below the horizon in a swirl of oranges and pinks. It had been a long day, and her heart yearned for peace. She had traveled many miles in search of the legendary gentle beast known as Camellia. This creature was said to bring calm to troubled souls, with the mere sound of its voice. As darkness settled in, a soft rustling came from the trees behind her. Orchid turned and gasped softly as Camellia emerged, her fur a radiant white that shimmered under the moonlight. "You've come a long way to find me," the gentle beast said, its voice like a soothing melody. Orchid nodded and wiped a tear from her eye. "I have," she replied, her voice trembling. "I need to find clarity in my life. I've lost myself in the shadows of my mind." Camellia gazed at Orchid with kind, knowing eyes. "The answers you seek are within you, dear Orchid. I can help you see them." They sat together by the lake, the moon casting their reflections upon the water. "Close your eyes," Camellia whispered, and listened to the voice within. Orchid did as instructed, and soon visions of her past, present, and future swirled in her mind. She saw moments of joy, sorrow, love, and loss. With each vision, she began to understand the patterns of her life. "Everything you need is already inside you," Camellia murmured. "You merely need to reflect and recognize it." With a newfound sense of peace, Orchid opened her eyes. The lake, the moon, and the reflections, they all seemed clearer now. "Thank you," she said softly. Camellia gave a gentle nod. "Remember, the journey within is the most important journey of all." With that, the gentle beast disappeared back into the forest, leaving Orchid by the tranquil lake to ponder over her newfound wisdom. She knew from that night onward that clarity and peace were always within reach, as long as she took the time to reflect. Good night, and may your sleep be deep and calm.